Hi, friends. I am so excited to just kind of talk to you about yoga teacher training. So, if you're following me, you know that I am going through yoga teacher training at the fantastic Everyone Yoga School in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So, if you're from around Tulsa, I'm certain that you know about Everyone Yoga School. If not, you should definitely check it out. It is awesome. Super, super great instructors and just a wonderful place to get your education. So, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what my experience is, kind of all the different weeks that I'm going. So, it's a lengthy process. Instead of going like an immersive yoga teacher training where you're there for like 20 days and you get it all done in about a month, this one is over 6 months and it's actually 2 weekends a month. So, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And because I am me and I needed to feel better about all the things I accomplished in one weekend, I actually added up the hours and it's 17 and a half hours a weekend. So super, super immersive in terms of those weekends. So you still get that all in experience that you would get if you went to a 20 something day yoga teacher training, in terms of like you're all in for several hours at a time per day. So it's over 6 months. I will be going every like 2 weekends a month. Sometimes it's in a row, sometimes it's not. So I'm just going to kind of do a data dump after all my classes and tell you about my experience. Because as yoga teachers or aspiring yoga teachers, you've either been through this journey or you're thinking about going through this journey. And I'm certain that we will have things in common. So I've given some notes on my blog about what I've experienced, and just some of the takeaways is that number one, wow, kudos to everyone who's gone through yoga teacher training. I'm only 17 and a half hours in, and it's incredible and a huge time commitment for sure. So I just want to say kudos to you who's all gone through this before. And gosh, you make it look so easy, because I learned very quickly on my first teaching experience that it's way harder than it looks. So I give props to all of my yoga teachers that I've had throughout my yoga journey, because they make it look easy. It's amazing to me how much harder it actually was. One of the lessons I learned, which was really interesting, is that the words that are in my mind that I say to the person, they were the words that I thought actually came out, and I said those words, but it wasn't what I meant to say. So I don't know how to explain it without giving the example. I asked my student, who's a fellow student in the cohort of mine, and said, okay, I said, lower your knees. And what I wanted her to do in my head was to bend them, but not go down into tabletop. But I didn't say all that. I said, lower your knees. She went down into tabletop. So she totally did what I asked her to do, but in my mind, that wasn't right. So it taught me a lot about cueing and how like little tiny things can make a huge difference. And so, of course, I would not be myself if I didn't think about how to translate that into marketing. And I thought about how I'm teaching you. So if you're on my blog, you're not learning about yoga teaching because you already either know it or you're going to learn that from someone else. I am not your yoga teacher trainer, that's for sure. What I am is a marketing coach. And so I think about the words that I'm using and how I can better cue you to market yourself as a yoga teacher. And I just think that's fascinating. So I looked at it through that lens, which is completely different from anyone else in the class. I'm fully aware of that. So I have definitely a different lens, a different experience than anyone else is going through in the class, because of the fact that I'm a marketing coach and I don't have intentions of actually teaching. I'm certain there's other people going through yoga teacher training, whether it's with myself, with my cohort, or other teacher trainings, that are just looking to deepen their own practice. But I'm coming at it from a slightly different angle in terms of I'm learning about my target audience. So when you hear me tell you to learn about your target audience, I want you to know, like, I'm doing it. I'm actually going through yoga teacher training so I can learn more about you, so I can be more effective in teaching you about marketing. So some other things I learned through yoga teacher training that I did not know before I walked in on the first weekend is bring way more snacks than you ever think you'll ever eat because I was hungry. I don't usually snack. I'm not really a big snacker. I eat meals and I typically am just not a snacker. Well, that's changed. I can't say that anymore because I wanted to snack the whole time. And one of the students in the class said something that I thought, at least I'm not the only one here. It was said, your brain needs calories too. So just like your body needs calories to spend energy throughout the day, your brain needs them too. And I was learning a lot in that 17 and a half hours. So I snacked almost the entire time. And funny note, so if you are watching this and you're in class with me, just know that I noticed this. But if you're not in class with me, you can laugh about this with me. So we are sitting there, and if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm a 100% digital person. If I write something on a piece of paper, you should know that it is not going to see the light of day ever again. I lose things so easily. It's just never going to be done. So it has to be electronic for me to actually retain the information, for me to think about things in that way, and certainly for me not to lose it, it needs to be digital. So class is about to start. We've already practiced, and it's diving into the lesson, and I pull out my computer. I was it. Only person in the entire class of 22 other people and instructors who pulled out a computer. I did not expect that. I did not expect that at all. I totally thought I would not be the only one with a computer. I just didn't think that that would be the case. Everyone had paper. Well, in that moment, I'm sitting there and I think to myself, oh my gosh, I'm the only one doing this. And how many times in your life have you had that moment of like, oh, I don't want to be the only one doing something? And that was exactly what I felt like. But I'm really proud of myself. The other people in the class might not be super proud of me because I was typing, but I was really proud of myself that I didn't put the computer away. Because what it came down to is this: we are all in this class together, and everyone's going to learn a little bit differently. Everyone's going to process information differently. And for me, it is not conducive or time efficient for me to write on a piece of paper. I'm not going to learn that way. It's not going to be the best learning experience for me. And I'm going to have to do double the work because eventually it has to end up digital. I can't have something on a piece of paper. I'm never going to look at it again. I can't search it. I have come to rely on the search function on my computer. So if I want to find something, I can just type in a word and it populates. I can't do that on paper. And so I won't look at it. So then I'm going to have to do double the time, which at 17 and a half hours a weekend, like I don't want to do that. Or I have to pay someone to do it, and that's not going to be the same for my brain. Like I need to learn this. It's not like me taking a video and someone writing a blog on it. It's totally different. So I kept my computer out and kept typing. Now, I have to say, I did try and type as quiet as possible because I don't want to disturb other people's learning experience either. So, I don't know. If you are a fellow digital note taker and you used a computer in your yoga teacher training and are listening to this, please tell me you did it because I'm certain I can't be the only one who ever did this. And I would just love to hear from you and the looks you got. I am a front row student, so I actually did not pay attention to anyone else and their looks they were giving me because I knew they were coming and I just didn't even want to know. So I actually don't know. Maybe no one actually cared, but I noticed it for sure. And then there were pictures on social media. And if you creep on Everyone Yoga School, you'll see there's a room full of people and one person with a computer. That would be me. That would be me for sure. So be yourself. You got to do you because that's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to do things. So I'm trying to think of anything else that I've left out. I'm exhausted, after a whole weekend of a whole bunch of yoga, physically active as well as mentally active. And it was a lot. So kudos to everyone who's gone through this before. Thank you for going on this journey with me. I'm not exactly sure what these vlogs are going to be like as I go through this next 6 months, but I think it's going to be great to document it. So thanks for going on the journey with me, and can't wait to see what the next weekend looks like. Thanks so much. Until next time. See ya.